Hello again, everybody. Ruben Valadez along with you here from Eagle Pass Sports Central, coming to you live from Kozo Foster Veterans Memorial Stadium here in Eagle Pass for playoff action. Round one, the Bi-District Playoff Championship, as the Warren Warriors from San Antonio come in to face the Eagle Pass Eagles, the co-champions in District 36A. Having beaten Del Rio last week to close off the season for the sixth consecutive year, the Eagles now are in round one of the playoffs, and they look to make a statement here as they get started against the Purple Warriors from the north side of San Antonio, from the North Side ISD, the Warren Warriors. My broadcasting partner, Morris Lipson Jr., is not alongside us today. We wish him well up in Las Vegas in Nevada. Bunch of Eagle Pass folks there this weekend, and we want to wish them all well. And if you're listening into the broadcast, welcome. Pre-game, the Eagles won the coin toss, and they have elected to receive. And so the Eagles now will be going from right to left on your screen in their home orange and whites, orange tops, white pants with the orange striping down the sides. Two men back to receive for the Eagles on this opening kickoff. That's TJ Mattis. And another Eagle defender here to the near side. Another Eagle return man, rather, here to the near side. This kick will go into the end zone for the touchback, and so the Eagles are going to set up shop here at the 20-yard line. Of course, the Eagles come in, again, co-champions in District 36A with an overall record of 9-1, 4-1 in district. Their only loss to United South a couple of weeks ago here at Kozo Foster Veterans Memorial Stadium. The Eagles will start from the 25-yard line, just underway here in the first quarter. Andres Garcia in at quarterback from the shotgun. Looks back, quarterback draw. He'll be dropped in the backfield for a loss of a yard to the 24-yard line on the carry for the quarterback, Andres Garcia, who comes in with 690 rushing yards for the season. He's been good with his legs. He's been good with his arm in trading off quarterback duties with Isaac Stanwyck. 2nd and 11 here for the Eagles from the 24-yard line, just underway here at Kozo Foster Veterans Memorial Stadium. Pepe Hernandez in motion. This handoff, it's a keeper by Garcia, and he'll get held up and get no farther than the line of scrimmage, the original line of scrimmage, which was a 25, so it'll be a 3rd and 10 now. Two quarterback runs to open up the game for the Eagles. It is blustery and windy down on the field. We had a cold front move through here this afternoon, and the fans here at Kozo Foster Veterans Memorial Stadium are all bundled up for these windy, blustery conditions. Garcia now in the shotgun on a 3rd and 10. We'll look this way for the adjustment. Still 12 seconds on the play clock down there from the far hash mark. Garcia in the shotgun with 3 receivers here to the near side, one split out wide right. Here's a quick pass over the head of the intended receiver, Pepe Hernandez, who was open there at about the 30. But the pass falls incomplete, and the Eagles will go 3 and out on their first possession of the game. Warren comes in with a high-powered passing offense that Eagle defense will have to contain early on here in the game. 10:41 left in the first quarter. The Eagles have just completed their first offensive drive of the ballgame and have come up empty, tied at 0. Willie Frausto awaits the snap to get the punt off. A man back here at the Warren 48-yard line awaits the punt. Stiff breeze, good punt by Willie Frausto. And then it takes a good Eagle bounce. Nathan Medelis was there waiting for that kick, and it will roll to the 42-yard line in Warren territory. That's where this Warren offense will take over with 10 and a half minutes or so left here in the first quarter. Warren comes in with a record of 7-3, 5-3 in district. Their losses were to Taft, Harlan, and Brennan in district up in San Antonio. Ball is on the far hash mark, and the quarterback is Antonio Mesa, number 11, who's got a bunch of yards passing this season. His first pass is complete to Andrew Cisneros here on the right flat. Cisneros will get about 3 yards to the 45-yard line and be pushed out of bounds there by the Eagle defense. we're going to see a lot of passing. Antonio Mesa comes in with 2,751 passing yards this season. So the Eagle secondary will be under pressure. Something we don't see often. Antonio Mesa under center. He'll take the snap. Here's the handoff. It is to Rene Riojas. Riojas will get about 3 yards to the 48-yard line. And it'll be a 3rd and 4 now for the Warren Warriors in their all-white road uniforms. Their main color is purple. The purple pride from Northside is what the banner from the Warrior band says over across the way. 3rd and 3 now from the 49-yard line. Mesa will again go under center with 2 receivers on either side of the formation. Drops back to pass. Here comes the blitz. It's caught, and it'll be very close to a first down. Nathan Medeles with that catch, and they're going to mark him about a yard short of it at the Eagle 49-yard line. It's going to be a 4th and 1. And the Warrior offense is staying on the field here on a 4th and 1, just a yard inside Eagle territory. Ball on the near hash mark. Mesa again will go under center with 2 receivers on either side of the formation. 4 linemen, defensive linemen for the Eagles. It's a keeper by Mesa, and he'll grind his feet all the way inside the 45 to the 43-yard line for a Warren first down. Mesa using his feet there. And the Warriors have a fresh set of downs from the 43-yard line. Mesa again under center. You'll look to the left side, quick pass, caught at about the 35-yard line and all the way close to the 25 is the receiver Andrew Cisneros. Will be dropped at the 27, but it is another first down play for the Warriors. Cisneros, one of the leading receivers for this Warrior offense. Quickly to the line comes Warren. It's an end around. We do have what appears to be a false start before the snap. And our referee for the evening, Leighton Smith, will tell us that that is exactly what the call is. The penalty will cost the Warren Warriors 5 yards, and it'll be a 1st and 15 now from the 32-yard line. Early on, with 8:21 left in the first quarter, the Eagle defense is under pressure by this high-powered passing offense of the Warren Warriors, led by Antonio Mesa, who has over 2,000 yards, over 2,500 yards passing for the season. Here's the man in motion for the Warriors. Mesa will drop back. It's a delayed handoff and lots of room for the running back, who'll cut all the way to the top of the field and in for the touchdown. That's Aiden Teal with the 32-yard touchdown run. And the Warren Warriors are on the board first, 6-0, with 7:57 left here in the first quarter. Mesa dropped back. It appeared to pass, and then a delayed handoff to the running back, Teal, and he did the rest with his legs, took advantage of a bunch of room that was in front of him. Kick is up and good, and the score with 7:57 left in the first quarter is Warren 7, Eagles 0. Here comes the kickoff. After the Warren touchdown, it'll go over the head of TJ Mattis over on the far side of the field. And the Eagles again will get a start from the 25-yard line, 3 and out on their first offensive possession of the game. And with 7:57 left in the first quarter, the Eagles now will come onto the field and try to get some points on the board against this Warrior defense. Again, the Eagles, a very successful regular season, the sole blemish on the record that lost to United South a couple of weeks ago here. But other than that, they ran the table pre-district and in-district, beating United Alexander Del Rio LBJ. And here is a false start against the Eagles down below. It'll cost them 5 yards. Back to the 20-yard line they go, where it'll be a 1st and 15. Eagle offense quarterbacked to start the game by Andres Garcia, who has been in the rotation along with Isaac Stanwyck. Stanwyck, of course, has over 1,200 yards passing, but has been injured here towards the end of the regular season. Garcia with a high snap. Handoff is to TJ Mattis. TJ has some room. He's quickly at the 25, at the 30. Ball comes loose at about the 35-yard line. Warren says they have it. It looked to me from up here like maybe TJ was down by the time that ball came loose, but the officials are going to call that a fumble, and Warren will take over at the Eagle 35-yard line, the first turnover of the game, courtesy of a fumble, and it's recovered by the Warriors with 7:48 left in the first quarter. They're going to set up shop at the Eagle 35-yard line, and the Eagle defense now finds itself back on the field. They will try to stop the many weapons that the Warriors bring onto the field. Adrian Teal is a quarterback behind Mesa, who's under center. Looks left, here comes the blitz, escapes that, still on his feet. Looking this side, it's caught at the 23-yard line, and all the way to the 11-yard line goes the receiver Elijah Realzola. That's a first down for the Warriors. Boy, Antonio Mesa just wiggled out of that blitz and kept his wits about him, kept his eyes downfield, and Realzola came open there, and he did the rest himself. Ball is now at the 12-yard line, where it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Warriors. 7:16 left in the first quarter. Eagles are down 7-0. Teal in the backfield, and Mesa under center. Quick pass to this side, caught. To the 5 quickly is the receiver again, Realzola, and he'll get to the 2-yard line, where it'll be a 1st and goal for the Warriors, who very quickly here have moved inside the 5 after starting this drive at the 35-yard line just about 40 seconds ago. 3 receivers here to the short side of the field for Mesa, who will be under center. Realzola is split out wide right. Teal is in the backfield. He'll put a man in motion now. The handoff is to that man, and into the end zone goes Nathan Medeles on the end around for the touchdown. 13-0 now is the score with 6:58 left in the first quarter. We're at the point after pending. Number 83, Henry Pence, is the kicker for the Warren Warriors. He will come on to attempt the point after attempt. Quincy Amos is the holder. The kick is on its way. It is up and good. With 6:58 left in the first quarter, Eagles are down 14-0. .658 left in the first quarter. Eagles now, as they have done several times throughout the season, will have to dig themselves out of a 14-point hole early on here as the Warren Warriors have struck with touchdowns in their first two possessions of the ball game. The kick from Pence, who has the wind at his back, will go again into the end zone and at the back of the end zone. And so for the third time, the Eagles will start from their own 25-yard line, this time with 6:58 left in the first quarter. And we'll see if the Eagle offense can get something started here. The last drive started promisingly, started with a penalty for a false start, but TJ Matas got the ball in his hands, and he had a good run that just had the ball come loose at the very tail end of the play, and the Warren Warriors recovered. Here's Garcia with a keeper this time, comes here to the near side. He's got some room. He's at the 30, 35, cuts up field now at about the 40-yard line, and is finally pushed out of bounds right there by Nate Robinson, the junior defensive back. And Garcia will get all the way to the 42-yard line. 17-yard gain for him there. The Eagles have a first down. Quickly to the line come the Eagles. Here's a handoff to TJ Matas, who's got room. Bounces right, puts his head down near midfield, and they'll give him forward progress to the 49-yard line. A gain of 5 yards on the play for the Eagles, and TJ Matas has his first 5 yards of the ball game. Quickly again from the 49 on a third, on a 2nd and 5. Garcia rolls right, pump fakes, now cuts upfield, and he'll be a yard shy of a first down at the 49-yard line now in Warren territory. And here's a very big 3rd and 1 coming up for the Eagles, trying to keep some offensive momentum going in their third drive of the ball game. Garcia will be in the shotgun, to receivers on either side. High snap, Garcia pulls it down, hands it to TJ Matas. TJ's going to get stopped at the line of scrimmage. There is a flag on the play, and honestly, even if it's against the Eagles, that might be the best thing for them right now, because it lets them reset. That was a high snap coming in. Referee Leighton Smith will tell us that that's an offsides against Warren. It's 5 yards, and it's enough to give the Eagles a first down on the penalty. The ball now will end up at the 44-yard line in Warren territory. The Eagles coming alive here with 5:59 left in the first quarter. Thank you for joining us on Eagle Pass Sports Central. Ruben Valadez alongside with you here. We want to wish my partner Morris Lipson Jr. the best up in Las Vegas this weekend. We're here with you for playoff action, the Bi-District Championship on the line. Garcia is going to be sacked. Well, he gets the pass off, and they're actually going to mark that as a completion. It's a loss of a yard, but it's much better than it would have been because Garcia was surrounded by a group of Warren defenders. And so it'll be a 2nd and 11 now right from the 45-yard line after that pass. Garcia again from the shotgun. High snap, has to pull it down. Here comes the defensive pressure. Shovels it to TJ Matas, and TJ does the rest, juking a defender inside the 40-yard line at the 38. Garcia, the last 2 plays, has made something out of nothing when it seemed like the Warren Warrior defense had him in their grasp. It'll be a 3rd and 4 now. Very heads-up little shovel pass there to TJ Matas. Garcia this time rolls to the side, looking downfield, lets the pass go. It's caught inside the 20-yard line by Kyle Gloria at the 18. A gain of 20 yards on the pass play. And Kyle Gloria had to go down to near the ground to reach for that one, but he was able to do it and come up with the ball cleanly. The Eagles now are at the 17 with a 1st and 10. Garcia from the shotgun puts Pepe Hernandez in motion, rolls right, looking downfield. He's got room to run if he wants it. There's the pass. It's caught at the 5-yard line by Willie Frausto. And the Eagles are in business here with a 1st and goal. They're going to mark that one down at the 6. 4:11 left in the third quarter. The Eagles trying to come back from a 14-point deficit. Garcia quickly to the line. The handoff is to TJ Matas, cuts upfield at around the 5-yard line, and he'll be dropped there for a gain of about 2 yards to the 4, where it'll be 2nd and goal. The challenge down here now is the field shrinks. You don't have a lot of room to operate as much as you do in the other portions of the field. And so we'll see how the Eagle offense adjusts to that. Garcia into shotgun. We'll have 2 receivers on either side and TJ Mares on his right. He's going to put Pepe Hernandez in motion behind him. Here's the handoff again to TJ Mares, and the Warren defense is all over him back here at the 6. Gavin Fernandez and Alec Crosby, the linebacker, in on that tackle, and now it's a 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line for the Eagles, trying to get a touchdown here to answer the Warren scores. 3:02 left, and the Eagles are going to call their first timeout of the first half. With 3:02 left here in the first quarter, we'll take a timeout along with them. The Eagles trail 14-0. 3:02 left in the first quarter. The Eagles knocking on the door, trying to score a touchdown here. On a 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line, Garcia puts a man in motion. Here's a snap to Garcia. Quick pass into the end zone, batted down and incomplete. Intended for Kyle Gloria there. Pepe Hernandez was also in the area. And let's see what the Eagle offense decides to do here. There is a stiff wind in their face, and so they send Oliver Velez out there to attempt a field goal. You'll have to battle those conditions. The Eagle offense is staying on the field on a 4th and goal, and they'll try to get the ball into the end zone. They have to hear the ball will go over on down. 16 seconds left on the play clock. We've got 2:59 on the game clock. Garcia takes the snap, hands it off to TJ Mares. Mares comes back to Isaac Stanwyck, who throws it into the end zone for Andres Garcia on a trick play that gets the Eagles on the board. The handoff to TJ Mares, who went right. A little toss on the end around to Isaac Stanwyck. That's a secret weapon. The starting quarterback for most of the season was in the slot, and all Stanwyck had to do was roll to his left and make that pass to a wide open Andres Garcia, who was about 5 yards deep into the end zone. 14-6 is the score. Here comes a point after attempt by Velez. Leckler is the holder. The wind is in his face. The kick is on its way, and it is good. The Eagles have cut into this lead 14-7 on a 75-yard drive with 2:16 left in the first quarter. Eagles trail 14-7. .2:11 left in the first quarter, a high-scoring first quarter, which we expected with both these offenses. 14-7 is the Warren lead. The Eagles have cut into it now. The Eagle defense again will be called upon to stop this high-powered Warren offense. Quincy Amos with the return, and he'll be dropped shy of the 25. the 24-yard line. Great job in coverage there by Danny Martinez, the junior defensive back. So Warren will take over at the 24-yard line now with 2:06 left in the first quarter. A 7-play drive, and a 3-play drive for the Warren Warriors so far, both resulting in touchdowns. Mesa under center, moves Cisneros in motion. The handoff will be to Teal. The Eagle defense is right there. The handoff is actually to Rene Riojas, who comes up out of that pile. He'll get a couple of yards. The 26. Be a 2nd and 8 from there. Again, Warren, mostly a passing offense. They do run to keep the defense honest. But Mesa, with over 2,500 yards passing for the season, drops back here. There's the pass. It's caught at the 35-yard line. It's going to be enough for a first down. Darian Holmes is the Warriors' leading receiver for the season. He's got 1,022 yards receiving. And we haven't heard much from him yet in this game, but he is certainly one of their main weapons. It's a first down for the Warriors at the 34-yard line. Just exactly a minute left here in the first quarter. Mesa again will come under center from the far hash mark. 3 receivers all bunched up over on the far side of the field. Comes to this side. Pass is caught. And then a good job there by Adrian Morales to drop Elijah Relzola after only a couple of yards gained to the 37. 2nd and 7 coming up. And that's really what it's going to be about, right? If you look at this Warren offense, they work in space. Quick, short passes, and they let the receivers do the rest. So the Eagle defensive backs, here's a ball that's tipped, and nearly intercepted at about the 42-yard line. Diego Villarreal was in the area trying to pull that down. And that's what it is. The Eagle defensive line is starting to get there, that they've got to get in those passing lanes because Mesa has quick passes and then they let the receivers do the rest. So the Eagle defensive backs have to hold on for dear life once they make contact. And in situations like that, the defensive line has to bat it down. 3rd and 7 from the 37-yard line. Mesa drops straight back, steps up in the pocket, has a hand in his face. Here's the pass. Incomplete, just over the outstretched hands of Darian Holmes. And it'll be a 4th and 7 now on the incompletion. And the Eagle defense has managed to hold tight against this Warren offense, the first stop of the ball game. We've got 10 seconds left here in the first quarter, and the Eagles are about to get the ball back. Darian Holmes will receive this snap. This looks to be Pepe Hernandez back here awaiting the punt at his own 20-yard line. Holmes, the left-footed kick, driving Hernandez back. He's going to field it at the 19, looking for room, comes to the near side, stiff arms a man, and he'll get to the 26 before being stopped there. That's the end of the first quarter with the Eagles trailing 14-7. But they'll get the ball back when we come back. At the start of the second quarter, Eagles trail 14-7, but they're going to start now going left to right at the 26-yard line. Garcia from the shotgun. Fakes the handoff, and he'll keep it himself. He's got some room on the left side of the line. He'll cross the 30 to the 31. They'll actually give him just the 30. A 4-yard gain there brings up 2nd and 6. Garcia on the keeper again. Garcia comes into the ball game with 521 yards rushing for the season. Actually, 690 yards rushing. He's got 521 yards passing, does Garcia. His legs have powered the Eagles in the second half of the season. From the shotgun here, the handoff to TJ Maris, who steams ahead. And he'll be brought down at the 33-yard line, a 3-yard gain there. And the down and distance now will be manageable. A 3rd and 3 coming up for the Eagles. Thank you all so much for joining us here on Eagle Pass Sports Central, live on Facebook, live on YouTube, bringing you the by-district championship playoff action here from Coziel Foster Veterans Memorial Stadium. It is Veterans Day today, November 11th, and we want to thank all of our veterans from this community and all over who are listening to us. Here's Andres Garcia with the keeper, and Garcia bowls over the Warren defense before finally being brought down at the 44-yard line, and that's good enough for another Eagle first down. And since that last drive that ended in a touchdown, the Eagles have found their offensive rhythm, and they are seeming to click a little bit better than they did the first 2 drives of the game. Here's a pass tipped, very nearly intercepted over on the far side of the field by Nate Robinson, who's all over the place in the secondary. It is incomplete. It was intended for Kyle Gloria over on the far sideline. I've got a veteran in my life, and so I want to wish my father-in-law, Rogelio Ramon, a happy Veterans Day and thank him for his service. 10:19 left in the first half. Eagles down 14-7. Ball on the far hash mark. Garcia in the shotgun. 3 receivers here to the near side. 1 split out wide left. Here's the handoff to TJ Maris. He's going to try to turn the corner. He's got to go backwards first, and the Warren defense is going to push him out of bounds. Julius Jones got a hold of TJ Maris and didn't give him much room to maneuver. It's a 4-yard loss back to the 40-yard line. And it's going to be a 3rd and 14 now for the Eagles with 9:56 left in the first half. Third and 14 for the Eagles from the near hash mark at the 40-yard line. High snap. Garcia takes it, rolls left, looks downfield. Here comes the defense. Quick pass to TJ Maris, and the linebacker is right there to stop him at the 41-yard line. William Hansen comes in and puts a stop to that, and so the Eagles are going to have to punt this one off on a 4th and long. Football fans, 9:05 left. Willie Frausto about to punt. Punt is off, and it goes over the head of the intended receiver, and it will roll into the end zone. Football fans, you don't want to miss the UIL State football experience at Cowboy Stadium in Arlington, Texas this December. Come out for an action-packed 4 days, Wednesday, December 14th through Saturday, December 17th, and witness the best teams in each division battle it out in the final games of the season. Tickets and all tournament pass information can be found at uiltexas.org. $8:51 left in the first half. And Warren with the ball again at the 20-yard line. Mesa with a quick pass, caught by Cisneros, and he'll take it upfield all the way to the 30-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 29, just a yard shy of the first down, and this is what we were talking about earlier. It's all about what these Warren receivers do with the ball in space. Mesa gets the ball out quickly. The receivers do the rest. The Eagle secondary has to be tight and has to hang on to make tackles. Mesa under center. He'll put a man in motion. The handoff is to Nathan Medelis, and Medelis turns the corner over there. He'll get pushed back, but they're going to give him forward progress to the 32, and that'll be enough on a 3-yard carry for a Warren first down. $8:10 left now in the first half. A first quarter that had 3 touchdowns in it. 7:57 now. The second quarter has been quieter for both of these teams. Mesa under center. He'll again put Medelis in motion. That's actually Cisneros coming across the formation. Here comes the pressure. They're going to try to get Mesa down. He's got lots of room to run, and he uses it over on the far side of the field. That's the second time we've seen Antonio Mesa with that kind of escape ability. And it's another first down for Warren to the 44-yard line. A 12-yard gain on the scramble for Mesa, who again came in with over 2,700 passing yards, but we've seen him wiggle out of defensive pressure already a couple of times in this game. Mesa under center. There goes Medelis in motion back across the formation. Delayed handoff to Teal, and Teal gets into the Eagle secondary and into Eagle territory before being stopped at the 43-yard line. That's only about the second or third time we've seen Teal, but they use him effectively on delayed handoffs. And the Eagle defense peels back to wait for receivers, and then there's a lot of room for Teal to roam. 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line in Eagle territory now are the Warren Warriors. Quick pass again to the far side to Realzola. Realzola gets the ball and moves upfield with it. He'll be pushed out of bounds over on the far side of the field inside the 35 at the 34-yard line, a yard shy of a first down, 2nd and 1. And it's like a movie on a loop. Quick passes to the receivers who run upfield. And that is how Antonio Mesa has racked up 2,751 passing yards this season. 6:34 left in the first half. 2nd and 1. Mesa under center again. Here comes Realzola this side on the motion. Now he'll put another receiver in motion. The handoff is to Teal, who's got room on the right side of the line, and he'll get inside the 30 to the 29 on the carry, and it's another Warren first down. Warren being very intentional with this drive, grinding down the clock. The Eagles did receive the ball first in the first half, so Warren's going to get the ball on the opening kickoff of the second half. The Eagle defense looking to put a stop to this offensive drive here. 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line for Warren. Mesa under center, drops back, looks right, has a clean pocket, lets the pass go. It's caught by Realzola at the 22-yard line. A gain of 7 yards on the catch. It'll be a 2nd and 3 now for the Warriors. 5:48 left in the first half. Eagles trying to come back from what was a 14-point deficit. They were down 14-0 in the first half. They've come back and added a touchdown of their own, but Warren is again threatening. Here's a handoff. Up the field goes Riojas with the carry, and he'll get to the 16-yard line. A gain of 8 there, and it's another Warren first down. 5:33 left in the first half. Mesa will come under center. This time he's got 3 receivers here to the near side. Drops back, looks right. There's the pass. It is incomplete. Intended for Realzola, who was split out wide right. Little slant. Good coverage there by Robert Gutierrez. And the incompletion makes it now a 2nd and 10 from the 16-yard line for the Warriors. Clock does stop because of the incompletion with 5:16 left on it here in the first half. Mesa under center. Again, 3 receivers here to the near side. Quick pass to the far side. Real Sola has it. Good job over on the far side of the field. Walker Finlayson, the defensive back, grabbed onto him immediately after the catch, and that's exactly what these Eagle defensive backs need to do against this type of offense. The ball is at the 16. No yards gained there for the Warriors. And now they've got a 3rd and 10 from there. 4:45 left in the first half. Eagle defense looking to bend but not break deep in their own territory. Here's Mesa dropping back. There is a timeout called by the Eagle defense here in the first half. Second one of the first half.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Texas. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Coming out of the timeout, Eagle defense headed back out onto the field with 4:37 left in the first half. This is a 3rd and 10 coming up for the Warren offense. The Eagles looking to put a stop to this drive and probably, hopefully, get the ball back here before the end of the half. 4:37 left before that happens. Mesa will come under center with 3 receivers to the near side, 1 split out wide right. He's looking to the left side. Here comes the pressure, and it's a sack back at the 21-yard line. Jesse James Martinez knifing in from the right side of the Eagle defense. Got to Mesa and dropped him all the way back at the 22. An 8-yard loss makes it a 4th and 18 now. And that sack could not have come at a more opportune time for this Eagle defense. They put that timeout to good use. Nobody laid a finger on J.C. James Martinez as he came across the line for the sack. On 4th and 18, Warren will keep their offense out there. Mesa under center at the 22-yard line. Drops back, looks left, steps up. Here comes the pressure. The pass is incomplete in the end zone. Great job by Robert De La Garza. Darian Holmes flashed open about 8 yards deep in the end zone, but De La Garza with good catch-up speed managed to get a finger on it and bat it down. No flags on the play, and the ball goes over on downs. And what a job by the Eagle defense on a drive where they kept getting pushed and pushed into their own territory. Eventually, they made a stop at the 16, held tight, and then from the 22, Warren could not get it into the end zone. So the Eagles now will take over at the 22-yard line. Here's a handoff to TJ Maris, who's got room at the 30, bounces left at the 40, 45, heads towards midfield, and he'll step out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. TJ Maris caught them by surprise. We've said it all season. My partner, Morris Lipson Jr., likes to say it. Deceptive speed. The defenders don't expect TJ to be that fast once he gets out in space. And he burned them this time. Ball is at the 47-yard line. 1st and 10 from there. Again, the handoff to TJ Maris. He'll get to the 49. 2 yards gained on that play. 2nd and 8 coming up for the Eagles with 3:35 left here in the first half. Thank you all so much for joining us on Eagle Pass Sports Central. We thank you so much for trusting us to bring you this by-district championship game between the Warren Warriors and the Eagle Pass Eagles on Veterans Day. 3:20 left in the first half. Eagles are on the move. Garcia from the shotgun will take the snap. Hands off to TJ Maris. He's got room up the middle again. Into Warren territory he goes before being upended at the 40-yard line. Another 11 yards for TJ, and quickly to the line come the Eagles. From the 40, another handoff to TJ. Bounces left, still on his feet. Cuts to the far side of the field at the 15. Inside there, stiff arms a man and gets to the 11-yard line. 1st and 10 from there in a drive that has been all TJ to this point. 2:48 left in the first half. Flags fly on that play before the snap, I believe. It's a false start that's going to go against the Eagles. The ball's going to end up at the 16-yard line, and it'll be a 1st and 15. TJ Maris has done this over and over again this season. When the going gets tough, the senior veteran who's been on this varsity squad for 4 years tells the Eagles, put it on my back. Get on my back and let me take you where you need to go. And we're seeing that again on this drive by TJ Maris, who's been doing it all. He's got all the yards in this drive for the Eagles. 2:33 left in the first half. From the 16-yard line, it's a keeper by Andres Garcia. He's got room up the middle. Bounces left and into the end zone he goes for the 16-yard touchdown score. Andres Garcia did the rest, cleaned up the drive for TJ Maris. The defense had their eyes at the backfield waiting for TJ to get the ball. Garcia with the keeper had one man to beat at about the 7 and was able to cut left and upfield. 14-13 for now is the Warren lead over the Eagles. Here comes Oliver Velez on for the point after attempt. The snap, the hold, the kick by Velez is up and through the uprights and good, and the Eagles have come all the way back to tie this ball game at 14 with 2:26 left in the first half. Well, the comeback kids have reached into their bag once again this season. A 14-0 early deficit has been erased, and we're all knotted up now at 14 with 2:26 left in the first half. Kickoff is on its way, headed over to the far sideline. We'll be fielded and then dropped inside the 5 by Medeles, and Medeles now just running for his life. Now Eagles have to be careful to keep their coverage team in. The kicker, Oliver Velez, is the man who has to put a stop to that. We've seen it over and over. It happens often. You outkick your coverage. Medeles was back there, muffed it at about the 5, was running around trying to pick it up, and in the process, the Eagle coverage team caught up to him and overran him, and Medeles was able to pick that up and take it back all the way. And let me tell you, Oliver Velez, the kicker, made a touchdown saving tackle at the 29-yard line. That's where Warren will start. With 2:15 left, the Eagle defense again has to hold tight because Warren is going to get the ball back first in the second half. Quick pass to Holmes. Holmes looking to maneuver upfield. He'll be stopped at the 33-yard line. Gain of about 4 yards on that pass play. Should be a 2nd and 6 coming up. A minute 49. Warren has all 3 of their timeouts left here in the first half. Here's a handoff to Teal, who gets past the first line of the defense and is still spinning around as an Eagle defender holds on tight to him. Gunnar Caballero there for the tackle. Be at the 45-yard line, and Warren now moving quickly. Diego Martinez with the tackle for the Eagles. 1.5 minutes left in the first half. Mesa rolls right, looking for someone downfield, and that pass is incomplete. Batted down again. Boy, that's a matchup that's been going on all game long, and so far, Robert De La Garza has got the best of the leading receiver for the Warriors this season, Darian Holmes. Good job by De La Garza of getting his head around and tipping that ball away right before it got to Holmes. No flags there. 1:22 left in the first half. 2nd and 10. Clock stops because of the incompletion. Mesa will come under center now with 2 receivers on either side of the formation. Here's the handoff again to Teal. He'll get about 6 yards just inside midfield, just into Eagle territory at the 49-yard line. It's going to be a 3rd and 4 from there for Warren, who's letting this clock run. They've got all 3 timeouts left. We're now at a minute. Man in motion for Mesa. Then there's movement on the line. The right tackle, number 52, Kyle Sargent, moved early. That penalty will push Warren back into Eagle territory. Referee Leighton Smith will give us the official call. The officials are waiting on something here. Warren head coach Josh Luttrell wants an explanation over on the far side. And the explanation is that his left tackle moved early. There is a 10-second runoff because of the penalty, and now Warren uses its first timeout of the game. The ball will be at the 46-yard line. It's going to be a 3rd and 9 from there. 55 seconds left here in the first half, and we are all knotted up. Warren jumped all over the Eagles early on in this ball game. They had a 14-0 lead, did the Warriors, over the Eagles about midway through the first half. Eagles scored a touchdown on their 3rd drive of the ball game, a 6-yard touchdown run. And then just in their last possession here towards the end of the second quarter, another touchdown run by Andres Garcia to make the score all even at 14. Ball is at the 46-yard line coming out of the timeout. Warren has a 3rd and 9. Eagle defensive backs here have to make sure nobody gets behind them. 55 seconds left in the first half. Here's Mesa under center with 3 receivers here to the near side. Drops back. Here comes the pressure. Steps up in the pocket. The pass is caught. And I'll see if the clock is still running. It's not. Pass is caught by Cisneros over on the far side, and he went out of bounds at the 43-yard line in Eagle territory now. It'll be a first down from there with 50 seconds left on the clock in the first half. Here's Cisneros in motion here to the near side. The delayed handoff again to Teal, and Teal has burned the Eagle defense on that delay yet again, as Teal is going to run all the way to the 13-yard line, a huge 30-yard gain for him there, and it sets up Warren with a first down from there. We've seen it 3 times, that very delayed handoff to Teal, and he's got all sorts of room to run after that. The clock is still ticking. Warren hasn't called a timeout yet. Asking for 42 seconds left here. Thank you for joining us on Eagle Pass Sports Central. 39 seconds on the clock. Man in motion here to the near side. Good job of bringing Holmes down. Jesse James Martinez again in the backfield to drop Holmes, who was coming around on the sweep. And again, Jesse James Martinez has come up big. He came up big with the sack on the previous Warren possession, and this time he drops Holmes all the way back to the 19-yard line with 31 seconds left, where it's going to be a 2nd and 16. The Eagle defense is trying to hold on tight. "31 seconds left here in the first half. 2nd and 16 coming out of this timeout for Warren. They should have one timeout left. Ball is on the left hash mark. Mesa will be under center with 3 receivers over to the far side of the field and one split out wide left. That's Cisneros here on the left side. Mesa dropping back. Here comes the pressure. He's got to step up in the pocket, lets a pass go, and he's got a man wide open in the end zone. They lost Nathan Medeles, and Medeles was there to receive that touchdown catch from Antonio Mesa. And we've seen Mesa do that several times in this ball game. Evade pressure, step up in the pocket. He's done it with his legs this time. He bought himself enough time. And the Eagles secondary there. Point after attempt is up and good, and that'll make the score. Warren 21, Eagles 14 with 25 seconds left here in the first half. On the return, TJ Maris still moving forward here at about the 35-yard line. That's where the Eagles, with 15 seconds left on the clock. The Eagles do have one timeout left here in the first half, but with 15 seconds, they're going to have the ball at their own 35-yard line. From the 36, we'll see what the Eagles have in mind here. Again, Warren gets the ball back to start off the second half. 3 receivers here to the near side. That's Stanwyck in motion across the formation. Garcia awaits the shotgun snap. Garcia drops back, steps up in the pocket, now rolls left, still looking downfield. There's a pass caught at the Warren 49-yard line by Pepe Hernandez, and they've got to hurry and get to the line. The clock stops momentarily as the chains move, and it's going to be, there you go. The Eagles call a timeout now with 3 seconds left. They had one in their pocket. The Eagles tried to rush to the line to spike the ball, before having to use a timeout. They weren't able to get there, and the coaching staff called the timeout. We've got 3 seconds left here in the first half. Time enough for maybe a Hail Mary. Again, windy, blustery conditions down on the field. We had that cold front move through earlier today. Bunch of Eagle fans down below us, all bundled up. A lot of Letterman jackets. A lot of these seniors getting to wear their Letterman jackets for the first time. 3 seconds left. And we'll see what the Eagle offense can draw up here to try to get on the board before the end of the half. TJ Maris will end up in the passing formation. Garcia needs to step up. He'll heave it as far downfield as he can, and it is into the end zone and incomplete. And that is how the half will end, with the Eagles down 21-14. After the Warriors scored a late touchdown there with about 13 seconds left or so in the first half. We'll have the Mighty Eagle Band on at halftime. We'll be back on live for that. Due to music copywriting issues, we won't have all of the other performances, but the Mighty Eagle Band for sure we will bring for you here during their halftime show. 21-14 is the Warriors' lead for now. We'll be back for the second half.
And now marching onto the field with 41 years of consecutive First Division wins at UIL marching contest, the Mighty Eagle Band. Tonight, the Mighty Eagle Band will be performing their UIL marching show entitled Carman by Carol Britton Chambers, featuring James Brown's This Is a Man's World, George's Bizet's Carman, the Cars 1984 Classic Drive, and Carol Britton Chambers' Carman. Band is under the field direction of drum majors Rebecca Gonzalez and Megan Baca. Color guard officers are First Lieutenant Angel Vela, Co-Captain Naomi Villarreal, and Captain Naomi Ramos. Guard of the week are Sol Esquivel and Lircy Salazar. And now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the Mighty Eagle Band.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Texas. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Here come the Eagles out for the second half, with the strains of the Eagle war cry in the background. The Eagle defense will be put to the test early here in the second half. 21-14 is the Warren lead. And we'll see what kind of adjustments the Eagles have made as they come out into the second half. Again, they've been the comeback kids all season long. We've seen them come back here against Bernie Champion. We saw them come back up in San Marcos against San Marcos High School, and we've seen them do it over and over again this season. Do they have enough here in the bi-district championship round to claw back into this game? We're going to find out right at the top of the second half here as the Eagle defense will be on the spot. Around the district, not much better news for the schools in the Eagles district. Here are the scores. Taft leads the United Longhorns 35-7. Brennan leading Laredo Alexander 37-7. And of course, the score here, Warren on top of the Eagles 21-14. Del Rio plays Harlan tomorrow up at Ferris Stadium in San Antonio tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Oliver Velez will be kicking off, 3-man back deep to receive for Warren. It's Quincy Amos. Medelis also back there to receive. Kickoff is on its way. It's a grounder. It hits the man at the 30. That's Holmes who picks it up and tries to run with it. And right there is the coverage team to drop Holmes. Good job by Luis Conde on that tackle. A drop Darian Holmes inside the 30-yard line at the 28. That is where Warren will start their first drive of the second half. And the Eagle defense has to make a stand here. Again, thank you so much for joining us on Eagle Pass Sports Central. We heard from a couple of you during halftime that are enjoying our broadcasts. And again, we thank you and all of our sponsors for bringing these broadcasts to you throughout the season. I know my partner, Morris Lipson Jr. and Dora Lipson are listening up in Las Vegas. Partner, we miss you down here. We hope that we'll get to do this again next week. Here's Teal with the carry, knifing through the Eagle defense, and he's finally brought down at the 43-yard line. Teal is used sparingly in this Warren offense, but when he is used, he's been very effective. 1st and 10 now for Warren from the 43. Mesa under center, 3 receivers over to the far side. Quick pass to Holmes here on the near side. He's got 3 men in front of him, and the Eagles converge on him. Robert De La Garza and Diego Martinez in on that tackle, and Holmes gets only a yard to the 44 on the reception. 2nd and 9 coming up for the Warriors. From District 31 and 32, the Eagles will face somebody, should they win here tonight, somebody from down in the valley. We'll get you those scores here in a minute. 10:54 in the third quarter. Dropping back to passes, Mesa. Pass is caught by Holmes at the 48-yard line in Eagle territory, and he remains on his feet and keeps the pile moving forward inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. Darian Holmes, who's the leading receiver for Warren, with over 1,000 yards receiving for the season, starting to get active here in the second half on a slant from the right side. He's all alone here, split out wide right from the 43-yard line. 1st and 10, quick pass into the left flat for Medelis. He's brought down over on the far side of the field. Armando Leckler in on that tackle over on that side. 3 yards gained there. 2nd and 7 coming up for Warren. And, of course, that's how this Warren offense works. They're quick strike offense. Not a lot of big chunk plays down the field. They get the ball in the receiver's hands, and the receivers do the rest in space. 9:47 left in the third quarter, the first opening drive of the second half for Warren. Teal comes to this side. Quick pass intended for Holmes incomplete. Robert De La Garza, very tight coverage there on Darian Holmes. No flag. Holmes was asking for one. Robert De La Garza has been doing a great job. They've matched him up against the premier receiver for Warren, Darian Holmes, and so far he's come out on the winning side most of the times that they've gone over to Holmes. It's going to be a 3rd and 7 now from the 40. You want to think it's 4 down territory in this part of the field for Warren, so they don't have to get all 7 here. 9:34 left in the third quarter. Eagle defense trying to stop him on a 3rd and 7 from the 40-yard line. Mesa under center, drops back, steps up in the pocket now. Pass is caught by Medelis at the 27, and he's got room upfield. Cuts left. He's at the 10, at the 5, and he will go in for the touchdown, a 40-yard touchdown from Mesa to Medelis. And that makes the score for the moment 27-14 with a point after attempt coming up here for Warren. Medelis flashed open coming out of that right slot where they were all bunched up in the middle of the field, caught the pass at about the 27-yard line and did the rest himself with his legs. On for the point after attempt is Henry Pence. The kick is up, and it is good, and the Eagles find themselves again down by 14 for the second time in this ballgame. 28-14 is the score with 9:24 left in the third quarter. Back here with you, 9:24 left. In the third quarter, the Eagles are about to get the ball back. Henry Pence with the kickoff after that 40-yard touchdown to make the score 28-14 in favor of Warren. That ball will go into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles are going to start at the 25-yard line. 9:24 left, and now a sense of urgency for that Eagle offense. Garcia from the shotgun takes the snap. Quick pass to Pepe Hernandez on the right side. He's got room to maneuver at the 30, 35, and across the 35. They'll actually spot him down at the 35. It's still good enough for an Eagle first down. And a taste of their own medicine there for the Warren Warriors. A quick pass, Pepe Hernandez did the rest. 9:05 left in the third quarter. Eagles are down 28-14. Here's the handoff to TJ Maris. He's going to get it upended in the backfield. They'll give him forward progress to the line of scrimmage to 35. It'll be a 2nd and 10 from there. Diego Ramirez knifing in. Senior linebacker for Warren to put a stop to TJ there as he reached the line of scrimmage. 8:34 left in the third quarter. The Eagles have to score here to cut into this 14-point deficit. Willie Frausto in motion here, coming to the near side. Garcia rolls to that side, looking downfield. Nobody's open. He'll take it himself, and he'll barely cross the 36 to the 37 before being pushed out by the linebacker, Alec Crosby. A gain of 2 yards there to the 37, and it'll be a 3rd and 8 now for the Eagles after the 2-yard gain by Andres Garcia. Crucial 3rd down conversion attempt here for the Eagles. They've got to keep this drive alive. More importantly, they can't give the ball back to Warren in poor field position. 8:13 left in the third quarter. Garcia will put Stanwyck in motion. Rolls right, looking downfield. He's got Pepe Hernandez over there, and it's incomplete. Pepe Hernandez got a little turned around. He had man-to-man coverage down there at about the 25-yard line. The pass came over his right shoulder. He was looking for it over his left shoulder, and by the time Hernandez got readjusted, he had been turned around, and the ball fell incomplete. Willie Frausto will stay on the field to punt now. Elijah Asola. And Warren calls a timeout here. I think they were having trouble getting their punt unit together on the field. That's the first timeout for Warren. 8:07 left in the third quarter. Eagles are down 28-14. Willie Frausto will kick off this punt. Waiting for the snap. Kick is on its way. It's a short kick, and then it bounces and takes a Warren roll back into Eagle territory, and Warren's going to have very good field position to start their second drive of the second half. With just under 8 minutes left in the third quarter, Warren's going to start at the Eagle 48-yard line. 7:59 to be exact here in the third quarter. Eagles came into this bi-district championship game 9-1 overall, 4-1 in district. Their only loss to United South. And now they have to hold on here against the Warren Warriors with about a quarter and a half of football to play. The handoff is to Riojas. Number 42, Diego Villarreal, will drag him down, but not before getting a first down at the 38-yard line. And the chains will move. Riojas has come in to spell Teal, but he's had success running the ball as well. 7:35 in the third quarter. Mesa will be under center with three receivers over to the left side of the formation. Quick pass that way. It's caught by Cisneros at the 35, and quickly to drop him there is Diego Villarreal. Quick 3-yard gain there brings up 2nd and 7 for Warren. And, of course, the Warriors now with a 14-point lead about midway through the third quarter are not in any particular hurry to call these plays. They're going to grind out the clock, use the play clock almost all the way to the end before snapping the ball. Mesa again under center. Drops back, looks left, pump fakes, comes now to this side. Gets past the Eagle blitz. He's at the 30, at the 25. Heads out of bounds as he nears the 20-yard line. And he'll go out of bounds at the 20. And Mesa has just been able to do that all game long. When the pocket collapses around him, he's been able to pull it down and make a run for it. The Eagle defense hasn't been able to catch up to him yet. It's another first down for Warren at the 20-yard line. 6:41 left in the third quarter on a windy, blustery night here in Eagle Pass. Teal with the handoff now. And he'll carry the ball to the 15-yard line, a gain of 5 yards on that play. And again, Warren has had these methodical drives all game long. They've racked up a bunch of passing yards during the season that would lead you to believe that they have a quick strike offense, but they are actually very deliberate about the way they call their offensive plays. Here's Mesa in the shotgun, something we haven't seen a lot so far. He'll take the snap, looks right. The pass is incomplete. There's a flag on the play as Walker Finlayson was in coverage there. The pass was intended for number 8, Elijah Relsola. And I think they're going to get the Eagles on a defensive hold here or pass interference over on the right side. It is pass interference against the Eagle defense. I'll move that half the distance, and it'll be a first down from the 2-yard line. First and goal for Warren from there. And the Warriors are 2 yards away from busting this game wide open. Mesa under center. The handoff is to Teal, and he's met right at the 2-yard line by Tristan Gonzalez, the defensive end who read that play the whole way and comes up with a big tackle right at the 2. Second and goal coming up now. And Teal might still be feeling that in his ribs because Tristan Gonzalez teed up on him and didn't let him advance much further than the 2-yard line. 5.5 minutes left here in the third quarter. Eagles are down by 14, 28-14. And the Warren Warriors are knocking on the door again. Mesa will come under center. Here comes Holmes in motion. The pass is to him, caught and into the end zone for the touchdown goes Darian Holmes. 2-yard touchdown pass that comes with 5:10 left in the third quarter. And that makes the score Warren 34, Eagles 14. With a point after attempt coming up by Henry Pence. Quincy Amos is the holder. There's the snap, the hold. The kick is up, and it is good. And the score now, with 5:10 left in the third quarter, Warren 35, Eagles 14. The ensuing kickoff will be off shortly by Henry Pence. And the Eagles now will really have to step it up to get back from this 21-point deficit. There is a kick that goes into the end zone and out of the back of the end zone. The Eagles again will start from their 25-yard line. 5:10 left in the third quarter, and the Eagles have to move quickly here to answer that score and put the rest in the hands of their defense. Garcia will come out on the shotgun from the 25 with 2 receivers on either side of the formation. There's Stanwyck in motion. It's a keeper by Garcia. Up the middle of the formation he goes, and he'll get to the 30-yard line. A gain of 5 on the quarterback carry. The Eagles will come quickly to the line of scrimmage on a 2nd and 5. Under 5 minutes left now. In the third quarter, the Eagles have 21 points to make up here before the end of this game. We've seen them have incredible comebacks already this season. We'll see if they've got something left in the tank here in the first round of the playoffs. 4:38 left in the third quarter. Garcia from the shotgun, 2 receivers on either side. Kyle Gloria is in motion. Garcia drops back. The pass is to Gloria, who's coming across the formation, makes the catch and gets a first down before being pushed out of bounds on the far side of the field at the 40-yard line. A 10-yard gain gives the Eagles a first down. It's a good job by Gloria coming across there on a shallow cross and then getting the rest of the yardage himself. 4:23 left in the third quarter. The Eagles have to hurry up and score some points here. Andres Garcia with the ball on the far hash mark from the shotgun. There's the snap, drops back, has to step up in the pocket. Here comes the pressure. He's going to be sacked. The ball appears to be loose down there. At least that's the indication from how the Warren Warriors are jumping around it. We'll see who comes out of that scrum with the ball at about the 37-yard line, and it's Warren football at the 37. The second turnover of the ballgame for the Eagles. Warren recovered a fumble back in the first half and scored afterward. This time Warren will start their drive after the turnover at the 36-yard line with 4:14 left in the third quarter. The Eagle defense now is in a very, very tough position. Mesa from the shotgun drops back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. There's a pass, and it is incomplete off the fingertips of the intended receiver in the end zone. Trailing him was Finlayson. Elijah Relsola, the intended receiver. Be 2nd and 10 now on the incompletion, and of course the clock does stop, which at this point favors the Eagles, who need all the clock they can get. They're going to try to come back from 21 points down. From the 36-yard line again. Mesa this time under center. The handoff is to Teal. Teal gets into the gut of the Eagle defense, and he's brought down before reaching the 30 at the 31-yard line. A 5-yard gain there brings up a 3rd and 5 now for Warren. Gunnar Caballero in on that tackle. Other schools from around the Eagles district having a tough time tonight too. The United Longhorns are down to Taft 42-7 in the third quarter. Here's a carry for Medeles on the end around. He's upended inside the 30 at the 29. A gain of 2 yards brings up a 4th and about 3 now. And you would think this is 4-down territory, especially on a 4th and short like this for Warren. Alexander is losing 37-7 at halftime to Brennan. Del Rio faces Harlan tomorrow in San Antonio. 3:05 left here in the third quarter. Ball is at the 29-yard line, and Warren has a 4th and 3 coming up. Ball on the far hash mark. 2 receivers on either side of the formation for Mesa. From the shotgun, he'll put Teal in motion. Bat snap, he drops it, and the Eagle defense is right there to fall on top of Mesa. Again, that's Tristan Gonzalez, technically, that gets the sack. And the ball will go over on downs. Eagles take the ball now at the 35-yard line. Good job by the Eagle defense of containing the damage after the turnover, after the fumble that was recovered by Warren. 2:47 left now. In the third quarter, the Eagles will start at the 35. Ball is on the far hash mark. Garcia, this is Isaac Stanwyck now in the shotgun. The handoff is to TJ Midas, going to try to turn the corner, gets upfield now as he reaches the 40, and he bowls over a defender there. They'll give him the 41-yard line, a gain of 6 yards. Eagles are going to have a 2nd and 4, and they need to get to the line of scrimmage very quickly here as we've got 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter, and the Eagles are down by 21. Stanwyck now from the shotgun again. The handout, no, it's a keeper for him now. This time he comes to the near side. He'll get about 3 yards to the 43-yard line. It's going to be a 3rd and 1 from there. 2 yards to get at the 43, 3rd and 2. 2:16 left in the third quarter. The clock stopped because Stanwyck went out of bounds. Saves a little clock for the Eagles there. Stanwyck from the shotgun. The handoff to TJ Mattis. Bounces right. He's got room. He's now going north and south. He's at the 30. It's a foot race now. He's got to make sure he holds on to that ball. TJ Mattis still on his feet all the way to the 6-yard line. An incredible run for TJ Mattis. And the Eagles are in business now, knocking on the door of 1st and goal from the 6. They've got to get to the line quickly. TJ will stay in the backfield with Isaac Stanwyck. 3 receivers over to the far side. High snap. They've got to get over and cover it. The ball is on the ground and loose, and Warren has recovered the 3rd turnover of the ball game for the Eagles on a high snap that Stanwyck couldn't get to. TJ was in the area trying to get to it. It ended up on the ground, and the Warren defenders ended up on top of it. Sometimes, folks, it's just one of those nights. And the Eagles here, a frustrating evening in the first round of the playoffs. A minute 53 left here in the third quarter. And on comes the Warren offense again. They will take over at the 15-yard line where they recovered that fumble. Mesa under center. It's a reverse to Cisneros, and Cisneros is going to get about 12 yards on that carry. He'll be pushed out of bounds over on the far side of the field at the 27-yard line. It's a first down from there. Clock does stop as Cisneros went out of bounds. They're going to run it now. I guess Cisneros didn't go out of bounds over on the far side. Robert De La Garza with the tackle. Ball is now at the 28-yard line. And again, Warren in no particular hurry here, leading by 21. Pump fake for Mesa, and he's got Realsola wide open down here, but the pass was overthrown as Realsola was streaking down up the numbers here on the near side. The clock does stop on the incompletion. It'll be a 2nd and 10 for Warren, and there's a penalty against Warren. Hands to the face against one of the offensive linemen. Ball's going to go back to the 18-yard line. Actually, a 15-yard penalty, so it'll go back to the 13-yard line. And it will be 1st and about 20 from there for Warren. False start will be the call against the Warriors. Going to end up at the 8-yard line after this. It'll still be a first down, but they'll have about 30 yards now to go to get a first down. A minute 5 left in the third quarter. And the Eagles trying to tamp down this possession from Warren and get the ball back. See if they can put up some points. At this point, really it'll be in the fourth quarter as we're under a minute left here in the third. Mesa under center, drops back. Here comes the defense. Pass is incomplete. Mesa threw that as he was horizontal. He had the pressure coming there from Gunnar Caballero and from Tristan Gonzalez. Was able to get that off, and it actually hits Cisneros on the hands. But the pass is incomplete. The 2nd and 29 from the 8-yard line now for Warren. And again, the clock stops on the incompletion. And at this point, the Eagles, who have 2 timeouts left in this half, they actually have all 3 of their timeouts left. The Eagles need all the clock stoppages they can get. 2nd and 29 from the 8-yard line. Mesa will wind up and throw downfield, where the pass will be caught by Real Sola at the 45-yard line. Two Eagle defenders trailing Real Sola on the play. We've got a little bit of a scuffle down on the field. The officials are there to break that up. Mesa put that right on the button, right in the breadbasket for Real Sola, and Warren now has a first down at the Eagle 40-yard line. And this Warren passing offense, which came in with a bunch of yards in the season, is doing it again. Another pass intended for Holmes. Pass is incomplete as Holmes was bracketed by two Eagle defenders. And it is very evident that the Warren Warriors are going for the jugular here. With 21 seconds left in the third quarter, they want to add to this 21-point lead. They are still throwing the ball around. Mesa still trying to find open receivers downfield. 21 seconds left in the third quarter. And the Eagle defense trying to contain the damage now. Warren, a couple of plays ago, was at their own 8 with a second and very long. Mesa with a quick pass to Medeles. He'll get the pass, run up the middle of the field, and he's brought down as he gets inside the 30-yard line. Diego Rodriguez with the tackle, and we've got a man down there at the 25. That is Medeles, the man who caught the ball, who's hurt down at the 25, and we will use that time. We'll be right back. Medeles is helped off the field. 15 seconds left in the third quarter. 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line for Warren. Whistles again before the snap down on the field. It's a false start. Will go against Warren. 1st and 15 now for Warren after the penalty. Ball should end up at the 34-yard line. That's exactly where they'll spot it. We've got 13 seconds left in the third quarter. In a game that's had its ups and downs. The first half, Eagles were down 14-0. They came back with a touchdown in each quarter to tie it up at 14. Warren scored at the end of the first half. No more plays left here in the third quarter. Warren scored at the end of the first half to make it 21-14, and they have added 2 touchdowns here in the second half to make the score 35-14 on top of the Eagles, who now have 1 quarter of play left to get this thing turned around and have their playoffs continue. Again, the Eagles come into the bi-district championship game as co-champions in District 36A. They did hold the tiebreaker over United, who ended up with the same record as the Eagles did. And, of course, the District 36A having a heck of a time tonight with all of their games. Laredo United down 49-7 against Taft. That game's down in Laredo. And in San Antonio, the Brennan Bears are all over the Alexander Bulldogs 37-7. Start of the fourth quarter now. 1st and 15 for Warren. Here's a handoff to Riojas. He'll get caught in the backfield. Tristan Gonzalez made first contact. Jesse James Martinez is in there too, along with Diego Villarreal and Gunnar Caballero, to stop him at the 33-yard line. Looks like a gain of maybe a yard. 2nd and 14 coming up now. And we'll see if here in the fourth quarter now Warren slows down that offense. Mesa's into shotgun with 2 receivers on either side. Quick pass, caught in the middle of the field on a slant from the slot. Still on his feet is the receiver. We'll see who comes out of there with that ball. That's Holmes with the catch. He gets down to the 22-yard line, where it's going to be a 3rd down and 2. Looks like they're going to spot that at the 21. 3rd and 2 coming up for the Warriors with 10:55 left in the third quarter. Mesa again from the shotgun this time. Here comes the blitz. Quick pass to Teal over on the right side, and Teal will go into the end zone over on the far sideline for the Warren touchdown. Teal coming out of the backfield, flared out to the right flat. Mesa found him there, and as he's done several times this game, Teal had room to roam in front of him, bowled over the last couple of defenders before going into the end zone. That touchdown comes with 10:38 left in the third quarter. Pence on for the point after. The kick is up and no good. Hit the upright. So the score will be Warren 41, Eagles 14. (41-14) is the Warren lead now, with 10:38 left in the ball game, and the Eagles find themselves in a very tough spot. Pence will be kicking off into the wind. It's a dribbler of a kick, and Chris Frausto is going to have to fall on top of that at the 24-yard line as it hit an Eagle up man, 26-yard line. I think that ball fell off of the tee right as Pence was about to kick it, and he dribbled that. A line drive that, again, Chris Frausto fell on top of at the 26-yard line. 10:35 left in the ball game, and the Eagles have to hurry up and score here. Stanwyck from the shotgun. They're going to blow the play dead. I think they had to reset the play clock, and it wasn't quite reset. So we'll take some time to do that here, and we'll do it all over again. Stanwyck all alone in the backfield. There's 5 men across the formation. He'll take the snap, drops back, looks right, now rolls left, looking for someone open downfield. He's got Pep Hernandez at the 44-yard line. Check that. That's Chris Frausto with the catch over on the far side of the field, and Frausto goes out of bounds right at the 45-yard line. It's an Eagle first down, and the clock stops as Frausto is taken out of bounds. A promising campaign for the Eagles. They were undefeated going into district. They beat United. They beat Alexander. Stumbled against United South. Here's a pass that's going to go out of bounds and incomplete over on the far side. Kyle Gloria and Stanwyck got their signals mixed up. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Eagles. And so they came into this by-district championship game, again, with a lot of promise. Unfortunately here, they have met with a tough opponent who's been putting up these kinds of scores and these kinds of offensive numbers all season long. Stanwyck back to pass, lets the pass go. He's got Pep Hernandez in the area just over his outstretched fingertips. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 10. And, of course, at this point, this is 4-down territory for the Eagles. So they've got 2 downs to get the first down and move the ball down the field. 10-14 left in the ball game. On a cold evening here at Kozel Foster Veterans Memorial Stadium, again, we want to say thank you for your service to all of the veterans in Eagle Pass and Maverick County and all of the veterans that are listening to us wherever they may be here on Eagle Pass Sports Central. The Eagles are going to call a timeout here. Football fans, you don't want to miss the UIL State football experience at Cowboy Stadium in Arlington, Texas this December. Come out for an action-packed 4 days, Wednesday, December 14th through Saturday, December 17th, and witness the best teams in each division battle it out in the final games of the season. Tickets and all tournament pass information can be found at uiltexas.org. 10-14 left in the ball game. The Eagles will huddle up their first timeout of the second half. We want to thank all of you that have joined us throughout the football season on Eagle Pass Sports Central. Those of you that keep up with the prediction show, I know there's folks from Dallas, San Antonio, Houston, College Station that listen in here on Eagle Pass Sports Central. We certainly thank you for trusting us with your football coverage. 10-14 left. Stanwyck is going to put Willie Frausto in motion. The handoff, it's a keeper by Stanwyck. He'll get maybe a yard, and he'll be brought down at the 46-yard line. It's going to be 4th and 9 from there, and we'll see what the Eagle offense can draw up here in order to keep this drive alive. 9:49 left in the third quarter. Everyone from Warren's district is having a good night tonight. Brennan is beating Alexander 51-7. Taft is beating United 49-7. Here's a pass caught by Willie Frausto. Can he get the first down? They will give him the yardage for the first down the near sideline. At the 42-yard line, it'll be a first down from there, and the Eagles will keep this drive alive. Again, Stanwyck from the shotgun, rolls left, waiting for his receivers to come open downfield. The pass is incomplete over on the far sideline for Chris Frausto, Willie's brother. Clock stops on the incompletion, 2nd and 10 for the Eagles from the 42-yard line now in Warren territory. This Warren offense, really the only way to contain them is to score as many points as them. Get yourself into a barn burner. Flags on the play, but they let the play continue, and Pepe Hernandez caught this pass at the 35-yard line, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds at about the 11. They let the play continue. Leads me to believe this is an offsides. Yep. So it was a free play for Isaac Stanwyck. And Stanwyck and Hernandez connected. They're going to spot the ball at the 17-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Eagles from there. Stanwyck again on the near hash mark from the shotgun. 9-10 left in the ball game. Clock stops as Hernandez went out of bounds. Again, a free play for Stanwyck as the defense came across the line. Willie Frausto on a slant in the middle of the field, unable to bring that one in, but The Eagles should get 5 yards here. 1st and 5 now from the 12. Down in the Valley, Weslaco beat Edinburgh 16-13. Harlingen all over Far San Juan Alamo 42-0. Los Fresnos is beating Edinburgh 21-0. And San Benito beating La Jolla 28-6. TJ Maris with the handoff up the middle of the field. He goes, still on his feet. He's going to be brought down at the 1-yard line. It'll be a 1st and goal there for him. And TJ Maris, in the waning moments of a storied Eagle career, here's a keeper by Stanwyck, turns upfield and gets into the end zone for the Eagle touchdown. And both Isaac Stanwyck and TJ Maris, in the closing moments of their Eagle careers, are doing what they've done for the past, TJ for the past 4 years and Isaac for the past 2 years, score touchdowns for the Eagles. 41-20 is the score now, with the point after attempt from Velez coming up. High snap. Leckler's got to find it, rolls right, tries to pass it forward, and it is incomplete. The point after attempt is no good. The score will be 41-20 with 8:51 left here in the ball game. Velez will tee up the football here from the 40-yard line. The hands team on for Warren, expecting an onside kick here. Well, they should. That's the Eagles' chance right now to get the ball back. Down 41-20. Velez will attempt this onside kick. It's well done. The ball is on the ground, and the Eagles have it at the 46-yard line. A great job by Oliver Velez. That ball took a bounce over the first man, and the second man back here at the 45 couldn't come up with it. The Eagles, with a successful onside kick, have the ball at the 46-yard line. 8:49 left. Kyle Gloria with the recovery. The Eagle offense will be on the field, and they've got to score quickly now with 8:49 left in the game, down by 21 points. Stanwyck will be in the shotgun. He's got TJ Maris on his right. The handoff is to TJ, who's got room at the 40, cuts upfield at the 35. He'll put his shoulder down and as he nears the 30. They'll mark him down at the 32-yard line, and it's good enough for an Eagle first down. Eagles showing some life late in the ball game here, not giving up easily. Stanwyck again with the handoff to TJ Matas. This time he's going to be corralled in the backfield. He'll lose about 4 yards back to the 35, and TJ is down. Hit hard down there at about the 35-yard line. Number 90 in on that tackle. Zaire West, the senior defensive lineman. TJ's up on his feet now. He is going to come off the field, though. Juan Sierra is the backup running back. He'll come onto the field now. They're going to wind the clock, so the Eagles have to get to the line of scrimmage, which is now the 34, where they've got a 2nd and 12. Stanwyck into shotgun, has Sierra on his left. Long pass intended for Pepe Hernandez, and it's going to be picked off in the end zone.
Pass will be picked off by number 3, Trey Springs.
Trey Springs, senior defensive back, comes down with that. Single coverage. Pepe Hernandez was battling with Springs all the way down there. The ball just came up a little short, and Springs managed to get in front of Hernandez and come down with that one. That's the 4th Eagle turnover of the ball game. 3 fumbles and an interception. That one coming with 8:01 left here in the ball game. Warren will take over at the 20-yard line after the touchback, that interception made in the end zone. Mesa still in the game. Under center. 3 receivers over to the far side, 1 down here. The handoff is to Riojas. It's actually a new running back, number 5. Peyton Hyatt. And Hyatt will get that to the to the 24-yard line. Gain of 4 yards. There's stoppage down on the field. I think we've got an offensive lineman that's a little woozy down on the field, and that's a good job by the officials of seeing that number 77 for Warren, Tristan Cantu, stood up and just wasn't looking right. His teammates were kind of gathered around him. He got up very slowly, and on his feet, he looked woozy. Looked like he wasn't steady. The officials noticed that, stopped the clock, and got the young man the attention he needs over on the far side of the field. 7.5 minutes left in the game as the clock is ticking now. Ball is at the 24-yard line. It's a 2nd and 6 for Warren. And now Warren's going to have to call a timeout with 7:16 left on the clock here in the 4th quarter. Eagles down 41-20. $7:16 left in the ball game. Warren has a 2nd and 6 from the 24-yard line. Cisneros in motion. Mesa trying to escape the pressure, gets the ball sidearmed out to Holmes. Holmes has the ball, gets past a bunch of Eagles down here, and he is on the road to the end zone. On a play that looked like it was falling apart, the Eagle defense was all over Mesa. He sidearmed it, did a Patrick Mahomes to Holmes, who was himself in the midst of a bunch of Eagle defenders. And somehow Holmes managed to squirt through all of that, and at about the 30 turned on the Jets, a 76-yard touchdown pass from Mesada Holmes. And the score now is Warren 47, Eagles 20. The kick from Pence is no good. 2 missed extra points for Pence in this game. But the score now, Warren 47, Eagles 20. .6:58 left in the game. Warren has just scored again. To make the score 47-20. Pence is going to need someone to hold this football on his tee as the wind is picked up downstairs. 2 men back deep to receive for the Eagles. Kick from Pence is on its way. Pep Hernandez is going to get under it at about the 21-yard line. Follows his blocks down here, still trying to stay in bounds. And finally pushed out of bounds. As he nears the 35-yard line, they'll mark him out at the 33. Ball will be at the 34-yard line with 6:52 left here. Warren will now look ahead to a team from the Valley. Districts 31 and 32 battling it out tonight down in the Valley. Stanwyck with a long pass. It is incomplete, intended for Pepe Hernandez over in that area. The safety, Quincy Amos, was there. And again, as we talked about in the previous possession, it's a difficult way to end for some of these veterans, Stanwyck and TJ Mattis included. TJ is in the backfield, shook it up on the previous play. Hernandez makes that catch, trying to do something with it. And he'll be brought down at the 36-yard line. A gain of 4 yards. Will be 3rd and 8 for the Eagles now. Clock is ticking, under 6.5 minutes. 6:21 left in the game. They haven't wound the play. We've got a clock stoppage here. Now they'll wind it again. The Eagle offense has a 3rd and 8. Here's a pass back to Stanwyck, who finds TJ Mattis at the 40, and Mattis will be brought down at the 45. A lot of razzle-dazzle on that play as TJ Mattis, it was a quick pass, then to Mattis, then back to Stanwyck. Bit of a flea flicker there, and Mattis gets the Eagles a first down at the 46-yard line. 1st and 10 from there. And you've got to hand it to TJ. 4 years on this varsity squad. Stanwyck now running around in the backfield, stays on his feet, spins around, looking for a block. He's going to be dragged down on the far side of the field. We were looking for a horse collar tackle call up here. Nothing doing, though, as Stanwyck is dragged down after a gain of only a yard. Joseph Sanchez brought him down over on the far side of the field. Ball is at the 47, 2nd and 9 now for the Eagles. Here's a handoff to TJ. Up the middle he goes, gets spun around. That looked like a face mask from up here. No call, though, and TJ is going to end up with back at the line of scrimmage, the 47. It's going to be a 3rd and 9 from there now for the Eagles. 4:44 left in the ball game. 3 receivers here to the near side for Stanwyck from the shotgun. Drops back. The pass is caught at the 43-yard line over on the far side of the field by Kyle Gloria. Eagles now in Warren territory. We're going to have a first down at the 43-yard line. 4:34 to be exact left here in the ball game as the clock winds down. Stanwyck rolling right, looking for a receiver open, lets one go. He's got Pepe Hernandez back there, and Hernandez makes the catch and into the end zone for the touchdown. Pepe Hernandez made that catch at about the 4. An incredibly thrown ball over the safety by Isaac Stanwyck. That thing was in the air about 40 yards or so, and Hernandez got behind the last man of the defense, behind the safety, and strolled into the end zone for the touchdown. The Eagles still making some noise here very late in the game, down by a lot of points. The offense is going to go for 2 here, but first the Eagles are going to call a timeout, their second one of the half. 4:26 left in the ball game. Eagles trail 47-26. Eagles will go for 2 here. TJ Mattis in motion. Stanwyck drops back to pass, looks left. The pass is incomplete, intended for. There's a flag on the play, a late flag coming in. Kyle Gloria did have the defender all over him as he tried to catch that. Joseph Sanchez was on Kyle Gloria. It is a pass interference call. The Eagles are going to get a second try at this 2-point conversion. 4:26 left in the ball game. Eagles looking to add 2 points here. And then we'll no doubt have an onside kick. Off the field comes Sierra. On the field comes Chris Fausto. Ball's at the 2-yard line for the second attempt at the 2-point conversion from the Eagles. Stanwyck will be in the shotgun. TJ Mattis on his left and 2 receivers on either side of the formation. The handoff is to TJ. TJ goes into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. It is good, and the score is now Warren 47, Eagles 28. And the Eagles will no doubt be attempting an onside kick with 4:26 left in the game when we come back. 4:26 left in the ball game. Here comes the onside attempt from Oliver Velis. It worked once before in this game. We'll see if the Eagles can pull it off again here and get the ball back. It's going to come to the same side. There's the bounce, and the ball is in the hands of Darian Holmes, who is right there. Warren had the hands team on, and the Warriors will take over here in Eagle territory at the 47-yard line. .426 left. It's going to be interesting here. One, to see if Warren keeps their starters on the field in a game that's well in hand. And two, it'll be interesting to see if they're still attempting to score. All of the starters for Warren come back out onto the field, except in the backfield where Peyton Hyatt has taken over. Other than that, Mesa still under center, and all the receivers still out in the formation. Hyatt with the carry goes right up the middle of the formation. He'll get to the 41-yard line. Again, a 6 yards. Eagles do have one timeout left here in the ballgame. They can stop the clock once if they so wish, as the clock nears 4 minutes in what looks to be an end to the Eagles' season in the bi-district championship game. This is a tough district in San Antonio, and you're seeing that tonight with some of the scores that are coming out in this clash between District 30 and District 29, 6A. Here's a little flip pass to Medeles. Medeles trying to turn the corner. He'll be brought down here by Omar Gonzalez at the 36-yard line. 5-yard gain is good enough for a first down. Taft, Warren, Harlan, Brennan, not easy outs, any of them. And those are the playoff teams, of course, from District 29. They're all tough. And they're showing it tonight against the teams from District 30, 6A. Mesa is under center. The handoff to Hyatt. Ball came loose at the end, but Hyatt was down, they'll say, at the 32-yard line, a gain of 4 yards. 2:54 and counting now on the clock as the Warriors will let the play clock run down almost to 0. One more first down will seal the game for Warren. 2:32 left and still 11 seconds left on the play clock. Here's a handoff to the man in the backfield. We'll get a number on him here. That's a fourth string running back, Jacob Gomez, number 27 with the carry. He does get a first down and does manage to stay inbounds. The ball is at the 22-yard line now. And with 2:13, Felix Samaniego in on that tackle. 2:08 left. And Warren will, at this point, probably just kneel a couple of times. 18 seconds left on the play clock, 1:53 showing on the game clock. And the seniors on that Eagle defense with a very bittersweet moment down there as they see the end of their season come near. Here's Jacob Gomez again with the carry. He'll get to the 18-yard line.
And off to number 27, Jacob Gomez. Not by number 7.
Clock is at 1:22, 47-28. The Eagles' journey this season coming to an end here at Kozo Foster Veterans Memorial Stadium. The only 2 losses of the season for the Eagles will have come here at home. Another handoff to Jacob Gomez. He'll put his head down as he nears the 15. And Warren has to run one more play before the end of the game. 41 seconds away from that. And again, except for the state champions each year, everyone else's seasons end in a loss. And the Eagles downstairs comforting each other down on the sideline. Victory formation for Warren. Mesa will take a knee, and that will be the last play of the ball game. And the Eagles' very successful season has unfortunately come to an end here at Coastal Foster Veterans Memorial Stadium. 47-28 is the final score. Warren and that diversified offense, all of those weapons on offense, just proved too much for the Eagles here tonight. We knew Warren was going to be a tough out coming in. You see the line down there, and you're going to see a bunch of Eagles with a lot of emotion, as this is the last game many of these players will have. Of course, the seniors who will be moving on. The end of the season has come for the Eagles again. 9-1 overall. 4-1 in district. A district co-championship. They've beaten Del Rio for the sixth consecutive time. A lot of positives, a lot of pluses that have come out from this season for the Eagles. And they've got a lot of returners, a lot of people coming back. Pep Hernandez will be back next season, along with Andres Garcia. And the Eagles will look to reload. Before we leave, we do want to extend our condolences to Eagle Offensive Coordinator Javier Cardenas on behalf of the whole team at Eagle Pass Sports Central for the loss of his father, Tomas Cardenas. Coach Cardenas dealing with that loss a couple of weeks ago, and we certainly extend our thoughts and prayers to his family as they go through this difficult time. Final score here, Warren 47, Eagles 28. It's the end of the football season for us. But we want to thank you for joining Eagle Pass Sports Central on this journey, our first year in existence, our first year bringing you these broadcasts on Facebook and on YouTube. We expect to do it for many more years to come. We want to thank all of our sponsors as well who supported us throughout the season. Look for us as the school year continues, as baseball season comes up and we get basketball season in motion, track, a bunch of athletic events still happening here at Eagle Pass ISD, both for the Mavericks and the Eagles. Morris Lipson Jr. and I will be along to bring you those as the seasons progress. We want to thank our sponsors one final time. Brown Chevrolet Buick GMC of Eagle Pass, Maverick County Hospital District, Eddie Morales for State Representative, Ancira Eagle Pass Storage, Border Federal Credit Union, Knickerbocker, Heredia, Salinas and Salinas, and Nevares Law. Thank all of them and thank all of you for joining us here on Eagle Pass Sports Central. It's the end of the season for the Eagles. 47-28 is the final score. For my partner, Morris Lipson Jr., our engineer, Cristina Valadez. My name is Ruben Valadez. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great evening. We'll see you next time.